just a question of curiosity that I have. Director Patel was here a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the emails that went to the FBI agents, meaning, please tell us what you did at the end of the week. Give us 5 reasons why you did. At first, Director Patel said that that didn't exist. Then he specifically said, well, that came from the Department of Justice to the FBI agents, and his words, I told them not to fulfill that obligation. How do you manage that if you give a directive to your director of FBI and he chooses not to fulfill that? And where did that information go? So when someone from the FBI, an agent, fulfilled that obligation of giving you the information of what they were working on, where did that data go and how is it secured?
Yeah, and Congressman, I'd be happy to see who answered that, but I asked, when I learned about it, I asked that it be withdrawn, and it was, that email.
When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office.
Pam Bondi let something slip she clearly never meant to say. While Congressman Frank Mrvan pressed her about an email sent to FBI agents, she dodged and spun until she suddenly admitted, I didn't realize it went to the FBI. In one moment, the polished narrative cracked, revealing a much deeper issue about control and oversight inside her own DOJ. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Today. Our law enforcement officers, first responders, and local safety agencies are the backbone of our communities. In Northwest Indiana, I've worked hard to bring critical federal grant dollars home, funds that directly support the brave men and women who protect us every day. Unfortunately, funding for 2025 has been rescinded, weakening our public safety framework and making our neighborhoods less safe. I firsthand have a positive impact in securing dollars and investments for Gary, Indiana, East Chicago, Lake County, and Michigan City that were force multipliers that were technology such as license plate readers and the COPS grant. I'm asking you today, what can we do to ensure that those funds are going to continue to flow to my district? And in light of the HIDA, I'm in Northwest Indiana, Gary, Indiana. We are a HIDA district where we have the Chicago traffic. That's vitally important to my district. I just need commitments that that funding will continue to be going forward and that our agencies will have that support.
Congressman, thank you for bringing that up. I'm well aware of the HIDA. I believe that's in Maryville. Is that correct?
You are correct.
And yes, that funding will remain where it is. We do not intend on touching that funding. We want to protect HIDA.
Very good. So in light of the escalation with Iran, part of our cybersecurity and our infrastructure when it comes to our electric grid, our banking systems, that is a new threat. Does this budget reflect increasing our cybersecurity protections, and how is the Department of Justice going to protect our infrastructure when it comes to bad actors such as Iran coming directly at our infrastructure in a cyber attack?
Yeah, we have $50 million for cybersecurity, and also in the one big...
With an M, 50 million?
50 million,
okay.
Yeah, but also in the one big beautiful bill, it is also addressed to give us more resources. And you know, it's not only Iran, as you well know, it's China as well. But
right.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
In the reconciliation, tomato, in the reconciliation bill, can you tell me what more resources are going to go towards cybersecurity? Because I was under the impression that was decreased.
Can I get you, I will get you those numbers.
Okay. Yes.
I want to do everything I can to help you protect cybersecurity, all of us in this country, not only again with Iran, but also with China and all of our foreign adversaries around the world.
Okay. And then just a question of curiosity that I have. Director Patel was here a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the emails that went to the FBI agents, meaning, please tell us what you did at the end of the week. Give us 5 reasons why you did. At first, Director Patel said that that didn't exist. Then he specifically said, well, that came from the Department of Justice to the FBI agents, and his words, I told them not to fulfill that obligation. How do you manage that if you give a directive to your director of FBI and he chooses not to fulfill that? And where did that information go? So when someone from the FBI, an agent, fulfilled that obligation of giving you the information of what they were working on, Where did that data go and how is it secured?
Yeah, and Congressman, I'd be happy to see who answered that, but I asked, when I learned about it, I asked that it be withdrawn, and it was, that email.
When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office, but when I learned it went to the FBI, we asked that it be withdrawn.
Where is the gap of my understanding? If it came from your office, you're telling me you didn't send it?
I didn't realize it went to the FBI. That email went out.
So-
And the purpose of that email was to make sure, just so you know, it was to make sure that these people were sitting at their desk and working and alive, that there were people actually
Okay, and
responding.
I agree.
It could have been, I got up and got a cup of coffee.
Sure.
That
So
was
without
the
going into
purpose.
that, the people that did answer it, where did that data go?
I will find out. I will get you that information.
And I only ask as a national security issue as
Absolutely.
they're working on sensitive issues. And I thank you for joining us, and I yield back my time.
Thank you.
Let's break down why this moment was so small on the surface, yet seismic underneath it. Congressman Frank Mrvan didn't raise his voice, didn't get theatrical, didn't go searching for a viral clip. He did something far more dangerous to someone like Pam Bondi. He stayed calm, precise, methodical. And with that steady tone, he walked her straight into a confession she almost certainly wishes she could take back. It begins quietly. Standard oversight topics, funding needs, district resources, cyber threats, all the usual areas where an attorney general can settle into prepared talking points. Bondi is smooth there, polished answers, nothing off script. She's comfortable. But then Mrvan pivots. He moves to the internal DOJ email directive, the one that essentially told FBI agents to submit weekly summaries of what they were working on and why. Earlier in the hearing, Director Patel had already bungled the explanation, first denying it existed, then admitting it did, then saying he told the FBI not to follow it. That inconsistency alone raised red flags. So Mrvan asks the obvious. Who sent this directive? Why was it sent? And where did the agents' responses actually go? These aren't office chore lists. These aren't timesheets. These reports could contain sensitive investigative details, national security cases, counterintelligence operations, criminal developments, information that must be handled with absolute precision. And that's when Pam Bondi slips. She says, I didn't realize it went to the FBI. For the Attorney General of the United States, that is not a casual mistake. That is an admission that she either didn't understand her own directive, didn't control her own staff, or didn't want to be tied to a decision that could now be under scrutiny. No version of this looks responsible. Mrvan immediately recognizes what just happened. He follows up. If it came from your office and you didn't send it, who did? Bondi's answer makes everything worse. Instead of a name, a process, or a chain of command, she simply says, my office. That response signals chaos. There's no accountability, no oversight, no leadership structure. And let's be honest. If a Democratic Attorney General delivered a line that sloppy half of Congress would be scheduling emergency hearings before the echo died. But Mrvan presses further. Where did the data go? Where are these agent reports stored? Who reviewed them? How are they secured? Bondi doesn't know. She offers to get back to him, as if this isn't about highly sensitive federal intelligence potentially funneled into an unknown corner of the DOJ. And then comes her strangest defense. She claims the directive was simply to ensure people were at their desks and alive. Alive. This is the FBI, not a school field trip. No one in serious federal law enforcement issues a weekly report directive just to check if people are alive. That explanation signals something bigger. A department scrambling behind the scenes, improvising directives and losing control of basic operations. What Mrvan revealed wasn't hidden in a dramatic moment. It was exposed through steady, patient oversight. Bondi's accidental admission, I didn't realize it went to the FBI, may be the most revealing sentence of her entire testimony. Because beneath the words is a deeper message. She is not in command of her own department. And the country should not ignore that. Moments like these show us how the machinery of government is really functioning behind all the slogans, press conferences, and political branding. And trust me, we'll be digging deeper, because this exchange tells us far more than Bondi ever intended to say out loud.